Are you ready to quit your toxic job, but you're terrified or just confused about how to actually do it? Maybe you're worried about how your boss will react, or you don't know what to say without burning bridges at your current job, or maybe you're just anxious about the conversation itself, the words to say. Well, if you're ready to leave, but you need a clear and strategic plan for how to actually quit your job, then this video is for you. In this video, I'm breaking down what you need to consider before you quit your job, how to actually quit, the words to say, and what to do after you quit your toxic job. If you're new here, hi. And if you're a regular viewer, welcome back. I'm Dr. Tega, a faith-based career coach who helps professional women who are currently in jobs that they don't enjoy, where they feel unhappy and underpaid, leave those miserable jobs and land higher paying, fulfilling careers by helping them clarify their next career move and job search without burning out. If you want to receive faith insights and career strategies to help you find, secure, or keep a job you genuinely enjoy straight to your inbox, then you should join the Career Catch-Up, my weekly newsletter that's basically a career coach in your inbox or in your pocket. Click the link in the description below to join us. Let's get into today's video. Okay, before you have any conversations or send any resignation emails, there are 5 critical things that you need to consider to protect yourself financially and even legally before you quit that toxic job. By the way, if you haven't watched it yet, you should check out my video and it'll pop up on the screen somewhere where I shared the signs that your job is toxic, just to make sure we're all on the same page when I use that phrase, toxic job. Now, the first thing that you need to consider before you quit your toxic job is what I call your financial runway. This is the most important thing to think about. How much money do you have saved? Because if you're not in a good place financially, you are more likely to start making desperate decisions like falling back into another toxic situation because you need money now. And that is dangerous for both your career and your health, physical and mental health. So you want to calculate your exact monthly expenses, rent, utilities, groceries, debt payments, everything. If you have another job lined up, great. Then at this point, you just need to worry about how you can cover the gap between your last paycheck and your first new paycheck. If you don't have another job lined up yet, in an ideal world, you would have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved. But I recognize that in this day and age, that is unrealistic for a lot of people. So if you don't have that much saved, you need to think about other ways that you will make money. Can you freelance? Can you do a side gig, contract work, or consulting work in your field? What would that look like to bridge the income gap before you land your next full-time role? Don't quit without at least a plan for how you will cover your expenses. Second thing to consider is healthcare coverage. Now, in most organizations, once you quit, you lose your benefits as soon as you stop getting paid by them. Like the next paycheck, benefits gone. And if you have existing health conditions that require ongoing care or medication or access to a doctor, that could be dangerous for you. So just make sure you research your options. Can you get on your spouse's insurance or another family member? What does COBRA cost in your state? Does your new employer, if you have a new job lined up, do they offer immediate coverage, or is there a waiting period? Do you need to stock up on prescriptions before your coverage ends at your current job? These are important things for you to think about for your health. Third, you want to think about your retirement account contributions. Don't forget about your retirement accounts if you've been making contributions to them. If your company matches your 401k, 403b contributions, check if you're close to being vested with that, meaning all the money in the account is now yours. Some companies require you to be employed for a certain period before the employer contributions are fully yours. If you're close to your vesting date, so let's say you'll be fully vested in like 3 months, it might be worth waiting if the match is substantial. That's real money that you could be leaving on the table if you leave too soon. Also, consider, do you want to max out your contribution for the year before you leave? Because once you're gone, you can't contribute anymore unless your new employer allows for immediate enrollment in a retirement account. When the time comes, you're also going to want to talk to your HR about your account options. So if you have an account with them, can you keep it? Do you need to transfer it? What actions do you need to take to protect the money you've been deposited into that account? The fourth thing you need to consider before you quit your toxic job is to review your contract and employee handbook. You want to check if there are any legal requirements around your notice period, meaning how far ahead you have to tell them you're going to quit before you actually stop working. Most places will say 2 weeks notice, but is there actually a consequence if you don't give 2 weeks notice? Is it a legit legal requirement, or is it just more of like a recommended practice with no consequences? I'm of the mind that if they can fire you without notice, why should you be required to give them notice if it is a toxic, unhealthy place? Is it professional to give notice? Yes. But again, we're talking about a toxic work environment where your health is in jeopardy. So if you need to get out, get out. Just make sure that there are no legal ramifications. Nothing can come back on you, like maybe losing a bonus you've earned or violating a contract clause. If there are no consequences, then you can quit whenever you're ready to go. Fifth is documentation. Before you quit, save everything. Save all the copies of your work, positive feedback, emails, performance reviews, anything that you might need for references or to demonstrate your accomplishments, to build a portfolio, to get a new job. Don't assume that you will have access to your work emails or files after you leave. In fact, you will not. I once worked with an organization that closed out my email account and my cloud access the day after I stopped working there. A lot of companies do this, and you don't want to be caught flat-footed, right? You don't want to be caught without access to all your information. So make sure you save your work. Now, I know I said 5 things, but one more thing to consider before you quit is to just pick your timing strategically. Don't quit in an emotional moment after a bad day or a terrible meeting. Pick your date strategically. Consider things like, when does your next bonus or commission pay out if you're in a field like sales where that matters? What is the least disruptive time for your own life? What notice period makes sense? Remember that you're in control of the decision, so don't let anger or frustration drive your timeline. Now, before we talk about the actual resignation process, if you're finding this video helpful so far, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons below. That way you never miss future videos from me, and it does help this channel grow. Thank you. Now, quitting. Should you have a conversation or write an email? My recommendation is always to have a conversation first. Every time I've quit a job, it was with a conversation. I think having a conversation is the most professional approach, in my opinion, but I'll also give you the alternative if you're too anxious to do it in person. For the conversation, there are 3 steps you're going to follow to actually quit your toxic job. Step 1 is to request the meeting. Send a brief email or message to your boss or manager requesting a meeting. You want to keep it simple, vague, brief. Hi, boss. I would like to schedule a time to meet with you this week to discuss my role. Do you have 30 minutes available on any of these days? And then you will suggest some days and times. Don't give them a heads up about what it's about. Just request the meeting because you don't want any kind of backlash or awkwardness in the meeting itself. Step 2, what you'll say in the meeting. Keep it simple, professional, brief. The formula that you can use to tell them you want to quit, start with an opening. Thank you for meeting me. I wanted to let you know that I have made the decision to resign from my position. My last day will be insert date here. Then you just be quiet. Let them respond. They might have questions, or they might just accept your resignation, but be quiet. If they ask you why, you can say that I've accepted another opportunity that aligns better with my career goals, or you can just be vague and say, I've decided to pursue other opportunities that are a better fit for where I am in my career. You don't owe them a detailed explanation at this point, so just keep it vague and professional. That way it'll be less awkward. And once it seems like they have accepted your resignation and you want to wrap up the conversation, you can say something like, I'm committed to making this transition as smooth as possible. I'm happy to, document my process, train my replacement, finish my current projects during my remaining time here. Think about what you are okay doing for that transition period. That's all you got to do. Short, professional, done. Now, step 3, handling pushback. In a toxic workplace, you might get pushback, right? They might try to guilt you. They might get angry, make a counter offer, or try to, again, manipulate you to stay longer. Stay calm and just keep repeating, I've made my decision and my last day will be on this date. I'm focused in making this transition smooth. Don't get emotional. Don't defend your position. Don't defend your decision. Just deep breath. You're informing them of a decision that you've already made. You're not asking for their permission. And that's it. 3 simple steps. Request the meeting, have the conversation. Hopefully it ends at having the conversation, but if there's pushback, handle the pushback. Now, if the thought of having this conversation gives you anxiety, you can also send a resignation email or type a letter and attach it to an email instead. In my opinion, this is, I think, less professional, but it's definitely an option. If you go this route, the email should include a clear statement that you are resigning. Don't be vague, don't beat around the bush, your last day, and an offer to help with the transition if you want to. But whenever possible, just try to have the conversation first. I think it maintains your professional reputation and leaves the door open for the future. By the way, if you have specific questions about your specific resignation situation, drop them in the comments below. I would love to answer them and help however I can. Now, after the conversation, there are 3 things that you will want to think about or do. First is you want to always follow up in writing after your resignation conversation. So send a follow-up email that same day. You can draft the email before you even have the conversation. This just creates a paper trail and keeps you covered. The email can say something like, their name, this email confirms our conversation today regarding my resignation from insert your position. My last day of employment will be insert the date that you agreed to in the meeting. I'm committed to ensuring a smooth transition and I'm happy to assist with any handover during my remaining time. Thank you for the opportunity to work with blank company. And then sign off. Again, keep it short, keep it professional, keep it factual, keep it simple. You just want to have that paper trail. The second thing that you'll want to think about is an exit interview. So many companies offer exit interviews where they ask you about your time in the company. They might ask about why you're leaving and ask for feedback. It just depends on the organization. People do it differently. If you want to advocate for positive change and you feel safe doing so, you might agree to an exit interview and give honest, constructive feedback about what could improve in the organization or team. If the situation was extremely toxic and you don't trust that your feedback will be used well or that you will be safe doing it, you can just decline. I've decided not to participate in an exit interview, but I appreciate the offer. The end. You don't owe them your insights on how to fix the toxic environment that you are leaving. Third is thinking about what you might want to say to your coworkers. If there are coworkers that you actually care about, you connected with, and you want to maintain those relationships with them, you can let them know about your decision privately after the conversation with your manager. Keep it simple. I wanted to let you know that I've resigned and my last day is blank. I've really enjoyed working with you. You don't want to badmouth the company or management because you just never know what will get back to the leadership team. And then finally, in your last few days at the company, still show up, do your work professionally, document your processes. You want to leave on the best terms possible given the circumstances. Don't give anybody any reason to say anything bad about you. Don't check out mentally, even if you want to. Trust me, I understand. Your reputation matters and you never know when your paths will cross again. So quitting your toxic job should not be something that then derails the rest of your career. So there you have it, how exactly you can quit your job. Now, quitting your job is just the first step. If you want to learn how to find your next role strategically without starting over in your career, I have a free training called Leave Your Miserable Job where I show you how to land a higher paying, better job that you actually enjoy in 2 simple steps. You can register for that training at leaveyourmiserablejob.com, or you can just click that link in the description below for immediate access to watch that training today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons below. That way this video gets shared with more people who need to hear this message and you don't miss future videos that help you in your career. And seriously, drop your specific quitting questions in the comments below. I want to help you navigate your situation however I can. Now, once you hit the like, subscribe, and notify buttons below, don't click away because watch this. There's another video popping up on the screen right here. Go ahead and watch that video. Click that video. Let me continue supporting you in your career.